Hey guys, last weekend of 2024, and just like this day is almost gone, this year is almost gone too. And I wanted to give a quick update on where we've been this year and just give a little encouragement as we end 2024 together. So here's where we're at. Over the last 2 years, we've had 2 men on this group get a divorce. And that's about 5% of this group got a divorce in the last 2 years. As I've talked to these men, both men agreed they knew they had trouble in their marriage, but they didn't know just how bad it was until it was too late to really change. And so what I want to encourage you with as we end this year, gentlemen, is we have to make the most of this to do the very best we can. And that's no guarantee that we're going to have perfect success. But if you keep thinking, well, it's not that bad, you might just wake up one of these days and realize it's a lot worse from her perspective than you realized. And I don't want you to get blindsided by what you didn't know was coming. And so we're going to keep working at this. We're going to keep doing better over this next year. We're going to try to do even better. I'm committing to do even better than I did this year. And I hope you're going to work harder at it as well. We've mentioned over the last couple weeks that the Bible talks about train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart, right? That we have to do this training, and we talked how training is not discipline. And so I want to talk to you today about the difference in your wife and your marriage between discipline, that is maybe fighting together, fighting fair, and training, building each other up in the good times. Now, my wife and I joke back and forth a lot that if the other one dies, we are not getting remarried because we're not going to start over having to train somebody all over again. And although we say that lighthearted and a joke, the truth is my wife has radically changed who I am. She's trained me into the man she wants me to be, and I've done the same thing for her. And so I want to help give you guys some advice on how to train up your wife. All right, so when we're talking about fighting fair, here's an idea. If you ever find yourself in a heated moment, here's the rule. You can't state your opinion until you have accurately restated your wife's opinion in a way that she understands. So here's what it's going to look like. You're arguing back and forth, and your wife says something, and you say this, okay, what I hear you saying is, and repeat back to her what she said. She has to agree that is what she's saying and what she meant. And then you get a chance to say, okay, so here's what I think. And you can give your side. And then she has to restate back to you, what I hear you saying is, and if she gets it right, then she gets to repeat it or go on to the next step. This slows down the pace of an argument to where we're not just yelling back and forth at each other. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't do this with my wife at all almost anymore because I don't remember the last time I had a heated discussion with my wife. But this is something that we used to do and we used to try. And honestly, I came to a place in my life where I realized nothing ever changes when we're just fighting back and forth. And so I just admit I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I take it. We move on. And then I try to figure out how did we get there and how do I do it different? But we had to come to a place where I'm just not trying to win arguments anymore. Now, that's not giving up and giving in and letting her have her way. That's actually the opposite. It's realizing, it's being smart enough to realize when you're in the heat of the moment and you're upset, nothing changes. You just circulate all the old trash over again. So let's talk about what do we do in the not bad times? Like we're in a good time. How do we build something better into our marriage? All right, so here's what I want you to do, guys. I want you to take your wife out. I want you to go out over a cup of coffee or a Coke, go drive the country roads, go do something to get away or stop and take some breaks from the kids, right? And I want you to ask your wife this: what can I do to be a better husband? And then just listen. And as she says something to you, you have to restate it back to her. Again, what I hear you saying is ... And if she says, yes, that's what I'm saying, write it down. I'm serious. Take notes. And not on your phone. Get a scratch pad of paper. Do something. Take notes. Let your wife know you're taking notes because she is taking the moment to be vulnerable and share with you her heart and tell you what you could do better. Guys, this is gold. These are the things that if you will change your marriage, you will change your legacy, you will change your family, even if they seem silly. She says, I'm tired of having to put the toilet seat down. Guys, put the toilet seat down. It really frustrates me when you come home from work late and you don't call. Okay, Start calling. Like whatever it is, it's going to be different for every wife, but ask her, what can I as a husband do better? What I hear you saying is ... and then you're going to do it. Guys, this is too good to pass up, okay? So take time, restate it back to her, write it down. All right, so guys, listen, at the end of the day, you cannot control her attitude or her actions. But if you don't do everything in your power to make this the best year ever from your wife's perspective, you might just wake up at the end of next year and find yourself single, because things might be a lot worse than you imagined. So no matter how good or how bad your marriage is, we want 2025 to be the best year ever from her perspective. And I promise you, it'll be better from yours at the end of the year as well. So thank you, men, for working hard to make your marriage great, to make your life great, to make your kids' lives great. I know they're better because you're praying, you're fasting, you're working on things. And guys, I know God's going to honor that. He's going to honor that effort. So keep at it, keep going. This next year as we start, we're going to be doing a Bible study over most of the year. I've been really convicted about the times that I have not been a better father or husband. And honestly, it's getting pretty late for me in the game. My kids are grown. And I got really just convicted that I didn't live up to God's standards for what a father should have been. And so I'm working really hard now to change some of that. And part of that's been a journey of figuring out, what does God really say a father should be? What does God really say a husband should be? What should we do? God's word gives us the answer. And so over this next year, we're going to do a Bible study through the Bible on what does it look like to be a godly husband, a godly father, a godly parent, whatever. And through that process, we'll probably have some fun videos mixed in as well. But that's kind of where we're going over the next year. So thank you for being along on this. If you have any suggestions on how to be a better father, a better husband, or a better man, would you please send them to me? I am not beyond teaching. I'm still learning all the time. And I would love for you to speak into my life as well. I love you guys. Happy end of 2024. Next year is going to be great. I know it. God bless you. Bye.